My name is Beth Christensen. I am the costume shop supervisor in the Department of Theater and Cinema at Virginia Tech. I tend to like a lot of sci-fi that is philosophical in nature. So really loved The Matrix. That was like one of my favorites back in the day. Those kinds of things. Salvation was another sci-fi series that I really got into. Um, and of course, that's I think that's Asimov, Isaac Asimov. Um, so yes, I want to say that the last film I saw probably was a sci-fi. It was either sci-fi or it was a spy thriller because those are the other things. I really enjoy getting into the thinking about how a person's mind works and how are they going to problem solve their way out of this situation. And it's in large part that's what I do as well. I have to look at characters and say, well, what would this character be likely to wear in this situation? What are they going to choose to put on that day? And so those psychological dramas I get really into because it is part of what I do. I understand that process of thinking about how other people see the world and what informs their decisions based on that. The the most recent film that I saw, oh, was probably Dune, which isn't crazy recent, but hey, man, it's within a year. That's recent for me. Oh, I loved it. Of course, I loved it. I mean, it's Dune. I loved those books.
Do you feel like it's like? I kind of feel like it's like more like a trailer than an
Oh yes.
actual film.
Oh yes, no, it absolutely is. But they are working on the subsequent movies.
Yeah.
And as one who loved those books, I read all of those books. Well, all of the ones that were written when I was in high school, I read. Um, and the movies and the miniseries that have been done over the years, they're way too short. Like they do not encompass everything in those stories. So yes, I'm sad that we didn't get more of that storyline, but I am happy that they're telling it in this way instead of just chopping it all up. So, so yes, you're right. It's like a big trailer,
Yeah, it is.
but there's more to come. Don't worry. So for sci-fi, I would always go with film because the special effects. I mean, I would be fascinated to see how theater people came up with, what they came up with to produce some of those effects or at least give an illusion of something. I'd be fascinated to see it. I would want to see it, but I would expect the film to actually capture it more completely.
Yeah.
Take all the classes you can, learn everything you can, but you are not wrong. Your professors do not know everything. But the thing is, they will always know a little more than you. So you be patient, you bite your tongue, and you learn as much as you can with the full knowledge that you're going to graduate with some useful skills, and then you will begin learning even more. But it's very easy. I did this too as a student. When you sit there and you're like, but I'm not learning this and this and this. It's okay. You have time to learn all of it. And just because they're not teaching you the specific thing you want to learn about doesn't mean that knowledge isn't valuable. So be patient. Learn everything you can from every professor, even if it's, wow, that was a terrible idea. Let's never do that again. You learned something. That's good. Um, but yeah, take all the classes you can. Study all of the different topics you can. You never know when some random thing that you didn't think you had any interest in, but you had to take a class on it. You never know when that's actually going to come back and be useful. So that's my advice.